Week one, session one is the spring pockets, and these are the ones I made. The nice thing about the spring pockets, you can make them however you want. This is what my students were working on when I made them, so that's what I made, but there's a lot of different options. You can put the different pictures wherever you want, so it's pretty open-ended. And then now I put these boxes together again, that you can hold all your cards in. And for the pockets, I made different options. There's an articulation and language pocket cards, but there's also one that's just articulation and just language pocket cards, so you can do make whichever one you want. There are a lot of cards. I don't recommend printing out all of them because it will take a lot of ink and lamination, but just print out the ones you need. So I just needed the language one, so that's what I printed out. And probably should organize these a little bit better. We just use these, so they're kind of a mess, but these are all my language cards, and there's a bunch of different options that you can use to play these games. What you can do, here's a few options. You can pass out all the cards to your students, so maybe they get 7 each and they put them face down. And then they have to, one at a time, take turns, flip over a card and place it where it belongs. So they would place it in it. If they're not right, they have to take it back. If they're right, they get to leave it in, and then whoever gets rid of their cards first wins. That is an option. You can have them have face up and just spread them out in the middle and have students just take one at a time, place it in the different card that it belongs, and if they're right, they get a point. If they're wrong, they have to put it back in the middle and try again. So those are 2 options. There are a lot of options within the directions page, so I highly recommend checking out the directions page, and there are a lot more options for you to use. But if you have any questions about putting these together, there is a video on them. And pretty much what you do is you cut out whatever cards you want. So I cut out the he, she, they, and it pockets, and I tape them. I personally tape along this edge, and this edge, just depending on your laminator. If it's a thick laminator, it just helps it last longer. I recommend using thick lamination. If you're going to use your school one, sometimes they have the thin stuff and it doesn't last as long, so that's why I always add tape to the edges. And then what you'll do is you'll laminate it, and once you laminate it, I just cut the edges off. You're going to cut on the dotted line you'll see here, and then you just cut a little bit in on each of these edges, and then just fold this part under so that the kids don't get paper cuts when they are putting the things in. So I fold this one over, and then that's pretty much how you make the cards. The other nice thing is that you can do this, or you can use the card box that I have, or you can also put them in here and they do stay in, so you can also store them in the actual pocket cards if you want. And that is for week 1, session 1.